Pilot program with 10 teams in Frederick County has now expanded to 92 schools across 7 counties for fall of 2025. This includes new programs in Calvert and Charles County, along with expanded participation in Baltimore City. Through strategic partnerships and continued investment in resources, uniforms, and program support, the Ravens are helping to grow the game within public schools statewide, with the ultimate goal of statewide sanctioning for play in fall of 2026. This fall, all roads lead to the bank. Join us as the Maryland High School Girls Flag Football Tournament will be held on November 7th and 8th.
Take a look at this team, the chosen ones. They've trained for years to be here. You can see their drive, their passion, their focus, and now they're ready to take the field. They're MedStar Health, trusted medical team of the Ravens for more than 20 years. And for every training camp, every practice, and every game, they're the team your team chooses every time. MedStar Health, it's how we treat people.
It's the biggest deal in breakfast, Dunkin's $6 meal deal. You get a medium iced or hot coffee, bacon, egg, and cheese, and 6 toasty hash browns. Dunkin's $6 meal deal is back.
At Corrigan Sports Enterprises, we don't just host events, we transform visions into victories. From the very first spark of an idea to the roar of the crowd on the big day, we're with you every step of the way. Corrigan Sports Enterprises, taking events from conception to fruition.
Here we go, 1st and 10, and North Point with possession. They are in the white. Quick hand up the inside and bouncing it. He gets the 2nd level, 3rd level. He's gone. He left the jag and he took the rolls. That is Sean McFadden, the senior. That's a big first play.
That is a huge first play. Talk about setting the tone for the game. You recognize that there is opportunity to make a big play on your first impression. However, when the yellow flag comes down and then there's a penalty on your team, it means that you're bringing it back.
That is so unfortunate. Great run by McFadden. All set up, but Jordan Taylor with a great return for North Point while we were away. But
that was
the
a
flag,
holding call.
Yeah, the flag's going to bring that back.
Yes, holding call at the spot of the foul, so it was a big play, yet at the same time, the coaches are going to be preaching discipline, and the lack of it cost them mightily on that play. But Sean McFadden, an amazing job of
they got
weaving through the line to create the big play.
They got the 1st and 10 out of it. The hold was down the field. So
foul, yep.
They gained some yards. There's number 7, Kyler Ferreira, the quarterback leader. Had a great first win. They won 34-0 in their game against McDonough. And now we have a pre-whistle snap, and that's going to be a false start. And we're 2 for 2 on flags.
Yeah, I tell you, as a coach, you're preaching discipline. One of the things you got to do as a quarterback also is to make sure everyone is set and ready to go and not give up unnecessary yardage.
And there you get a sense of the atmosphere here tonight, with it being the Ravens Rise High School Football Showdown.
Huge crowd.
Such a great job by Adam Riddell. And, of course, we're down in the neighborhood of the great Shamar Gray, and we want him to know our thoughts and prayers go out to Shamar, one of the fabulous people, and the Ravens are lucky to have him. And now Ferreira goes deep down the right sideline, has a man, bounces off him. It's going to fall incomplete, and that'll bring up 2nd and 15.
Yeah, I tell you what, now you talk about a guy coming open. Javion Watson was in play, but you also got to credit the defense of Patuxent for the closing speed to be able to knock that ball
and know the doubts and know the faults we went through.
They were in great position to knock the ball down.
And they are getting ready to get that 2nd and 15 play. And I would imagine Kyler Ferreira is going to have another chance to air one out or maybe check it down, depending on the pressure. He hands it off quickly, and it's going to be McFadden bouncing around Jitterbugs back for a gain of about 6 tough yards there at the end.
That's some game tackling right there. That's the pursuit that you love to see as a coach. Defensively, you want that pursuit, and they got it. They put them now in a 3rd and long. That 3rd and long, let's see what Kyler Ferreira and company can pull up to see if they can keep this drive alive.
And as a great offensive player yourself, I mean, getting behind the sticks puts you in a position where a big play is possible.
Well, you start off with 2 penalties that kind of hurts your team, and now, yeah, you hope that the defense is not going to be as strong, and you can get the ball moved and the chains moved to keep the drive alive.
Ferreira shotgun 4 receivers to his right. One stays in to block. Ferreira rolls right, and the pass sails a bit on him, intended for Watson, but another flag. And this one, now I could ask you to be a coach. Do you decline it or do you take it?
Well, this is a tough one.
They're not going to kick a field goal, I can tell you.
No, I would say, hey, let's get the ball in our hands. I would decline it easily. That was a play, that was a nice little flood route concept, and in that, he had his guy open. Ferreira just wasn't able to set his feet to make a good, accurate throw.
You see the athlete Jackson Sullivan doing a little shoe tying, and he is now set to go.
I think they're setting themselves up for a nice return.
Back to punt are the Eagles. And a full complement of blockers for the return man for Patuxent. And the punt is snapped up and safe, but out of bounds early. And there will be no return on that one, as we will see the Panthers, the home team Panthers in the black, getting their first possession, and they have a freshman quarterback, Braden Watson, who I was watching him in warm-ups. He's got the arm.
He's got the arm. He's got the poise. I liked what I saw, especially getting the ball out to his receivers. Has a good, strong arm and some good fundamentals. Let's see what happens, though. Obviously, that pass rush can kind of get to you and throw you off. I think from a coaching standpoint, I'm not going to put him in too much of a harm's way. I'm going to hopefully establish the run and be able to move the ball that way.
Shotgun formation for Watson. Single setback, and 2 receivers to his left. Handoff inside, sprinting into the ball is Wilkins, and he pounds his way for about 5.
Yeah, so Wilkins, now you talk about Antoine Wilkins and his ability to make good, strong plays. He did that. A 5-yard gain helps your freshman quarterback, puts him in manageable down and distance. Again, they're going to go ahead, and they're just lining right up. They're going to get the call from the sideline. Let's set the tempo for the game.
Watson, shotgun, single setback, 2 receivers to his right, and now tackled in the backfield. And there's that defensive line you talked about.
Absolutely. Now, that was just a beautiful job by number 52 to get in there, Justin Tinch. I think Justin, his mindset is like, okay, y'all can go ahead and get your 5 yards all you want, but I'm going to go ahead and get mine back. And that was a 5-yard tackle for loss.
He did get his 5 back as we get a good look at number 53, Arnell Bland Jr., just a sophomore. They got some studs on that D-line. Number 9, Latrell Bowling, who you talked about in the open. And there is Watson getting some signals. As they're now behind the change pass, a little post pattern, little contact, timely contact.
Yeah, I would say, you kind of look at that and hope that the referee would call it in your favor. And the ref did not. The back judge saw one thing, and I think the umpire, he saw another, and they got the punt team out.
Panthers will have to drop back and punt. Deep for the Eagles is McFadden.
McFadden is an explosive player. You got to be strong in your coverage. Panthers are now trying to make sure they got all 11 guys out there on the field.
Late to the party is Tyler. He gets in his spot, and Watson, he kicks off, he punts, starting quarterback, and he's in 9th grade. Q.
The future looks bright for Patuxent.
Oh, and he gets a awesome roll for the home squad. They got to support that. And it is downed by my guy, number 17, Kellen Borstein, just a sophomore, hustling down there on coverage.
Yeah, Borstein did a great job. I think that was just awesome. And again, when we talk about the players of the game, I think Kyler Ferreira, the very first drive, his explosiveness as far as his running back and everything, but they got a little bit off track. Let's see what his team can do. But I like how Nathan Sands and company, from their vantage point, I know he and Mike Jones, or Evan Jones, I should say, they're looking forward to putting the clamps on Tyler Ferreira and company.
Snaps a little high. Ferreira opts to run with it himself. Gain of about 4. Falling forward on that one.
There's Nate Sands. Talk about Nathan and his ability to find the football. That is one of the things that we appreciate about his game, his ability to find that football and make those tackles.
Ferreira, shotgun, has McFadden. Handoff outside and a powerful run. But the defense, they're playing sideline to sideline tonight.
Yeah, you're seeing it. You're seeing that they're being disciplined and not allowing the edge to be compromised. That edge is that tackle/tight end box, and if you can get outside of it without any worry, you usually get positive yards upfield. But the Panthers, they're on to what the Eagles are doing.
Eagles get the play from the sideline. Ferreira still in that shotgun. 3rd and 1 from deep in their own territory.
This is where you need to pick up this first down and keep the drive alive.
Ferreira, high snap. He keeps it again, gains more than just 1. And he crashes forward, and that's going to be a first down for the Eagles.
Oh, you knew he wanted that first down. You can see the way he lowered his pads, brought that funk, if you will. And again, you look for your guy who's a senior in Kyler. Nice off-tackle run, holding the football, making sure it's secured. Those are those things that you look for as a coach to make sure he's okay, and Borenstein with the tackle.
Another shotgun. Ferreira gets it, keeps it, scrambles right, and has a bit of an opening, but a nice little open field tackle there. And that's just good tackling defense by number 14, Jordan Dargan.
Yeah, Jordan had to make sure he was assured tackling in that element because you're in open field, and Kyler is one of those guys. Woo, buddy.
He jumps over you.
Yes, sir.
You're on a highlight reel.
Exactly right. Exactly.
It's all well and good when you say get low on the tackle until he jumps you.
Until he jumps you. You'll be the next Saquon Barkley highlight film.
2nd and 7. For the Eagles in white. Ferreira's going to keep it Scampers to the right side, and he is going to fall forward to what looks like.
Depends on the spot. It looks like it's a third down.
And now they're motioning him. They're waiting. The refs.
Judging by the spot of the ball, it's
one ref was motioning the chain group to move.
Well, we're in high school, and the referees are high school referees, so there's going to be some ups and downs, and we give them grace.
Yep. And we
Unless
love
you're
them because
coaching
without
against
them, it would just be a scrimmage.
That is true. That is true.
Third and a very short one. High snap straight up the middle, and that is going to be a first down for North Point. The Eagles trying to establish that power game.
Eagles are establishing that line of scrimmage, and you can just see where they're determined to keep the drive alive. The Panthers now, they're going to have to get a tackle for loss or try their best to force a turnover.
Yeah, punch that ball out. Put a hat on the ball. We'll see. We got a lot of receivers splitting out here to the left. Watson and Taylor, number 2 and 3 for North Point on first down from just about midfield. And they break the huddle a little late on the play clock. They will get up there and now use a timeout. Smart going to step away because they were just behind the play. They had a tough time figuring out what they want to run on 1st and 10.
Yeah,
second and 10.
It's interesting. No, that should have been 1st and 10, and we see where they're kind of juggling the digital down marker. But I think the main thing is trying to find your rhythm. You know, this is their second game of the year, and now know you burned a timeout, but that's okay. That's okay.
Patuxent Panthers with some great notable alums for their program. Terry Cawley went to UConn, Rob McClain, UConn, Vonnie Watkins, Ohio University, Delaware, and Rob McClain, class of 2006, played for the Falcons, Carolina Panthers, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, played in Super Bowl 50 with Cam Newton and the Panthers.
Nice.
Against Peyton Manning and the Broncos. And they are back up to the line. Ferreira. And it is 1st and 10. Single setback. Ferreira fakes to him. Little half play action. Rolls right. Has a receiver. But yes, they call it a
Great catch. Outstanding job. That was a nice comeback. And I think there is a flag. The ball might be coming back, but I will tell you, let's give some platitudes to that catch.
Brian
Excellent
Lee.
job.
Yep.
Excellent job keeping his feet in bounds. And our
just in time for the flag to be thrown.
Yes.
And that's going to bring up 1st and longer.
I think there's a theme here. If you make a big play, there's a holding. That is something that we need to clean up, and I am sure the Eagles coaches will be sitting there wondering what is going on with their guys and their technique and their lack of discipline.
Keep your hands inside your elbows.
Yes.
If they get outside, you got to let go.
Yes.
Shotgun, Ferreira keeps, runs to his right, bounces it a little bit, but he's only going to gain 3. A host of Panther tacklers. Again, Ravens Rise High School Football Showdown down here, Patuxent High School on a beautiful night.
Yeah, this is a gorgeous night for football, and you just appreciate the Ravens Rise program. They travel all over the state and put forth such a great effort of broadcasting some really good, strong high school football matchups. I love it, being out here, being a part of it. Looking forward to this 2025 season.
And now we have 2nd and about 17. And a little delay again late in the play clock, but Ferreira, the veteran, gets his play calls. Lyman down, and Ferreira is set for the snap, gets it. Fakes the inside and out, goes for the post pattern, a little slant, and hit just when he catches it, but completed it to Taylor.
Yes. Deontay Johnson, I tell you what, he was disciplined with the hit right after the catch. I love this action right here. Nice decisive throw, good catch, but nice tackle. Not allowing the receiver to get his feet down, turn upfield, and try to get a big play. So now you're back to a 3rd and long, 3rd and 11 to be exact.
The sophomore Langston Joseph with that catch.
Langston.
Here's Ferreira, shotgun. And he is going to run right away, and he is gobbled up by the Panther D-line.
Yeah, Ja'Kai Dixon with the big play. They needed to get off the field. You get off the field when you know you're able to be disciplined by getting your feet across the line, not over pursuing, but reading where the ball is at. He did that excellent job by Dixon.
And it is now time for the punt. Back deep for Patuxent is Evan Jones. The punt is once again very high but short, lands inbounds, and takes a neutral bounce and down. So with 3:04, 3:03 to go, first quarter, it is going to be Patuxent's possession, and their freshman quarterback, who admirable. I mean, he kicked off, he punted, and he also did a nice job helping the offense. Procedural violation again, North Point.
The Eagles are having their tough time of it, you know, for a team that is as veteran as it is and a state championship quality team. You would expect less penalties. I know that that is something that coaches emphasize, and I know that, yeah, as the game kind of gets on, guys, your senior leadership going to have to start talking to one another and saying, look, let's just play our game and just cut down on all the unnecessary penalties.
North Point head coach Bill Kondo, 3 years. His record 37-6 in his 3 years as the head coach of North Point, and they are routinely in the state championship game. And here come the Panthers. Watson in the shotgun.
I know he's saying if I can cut back on these penalties, I'll still be possibly in another state championship.
And there's a false start against Patuxent.
Yes.
And I'll get the ref point in a couple directions. We'll sort it all out. Great time to talk about what the Ravens do to make this event so great. Kadri, you played high school football.
Yes.
You didn't get something like this, though.
Oh, gosh. I would have been like head over heels, just excited to play. Obviously, knowing that the Ravens, there's some former players that are here, Super Bowl champions on both the 2000 team as well as 2012 team. I'm trying to show out. I'm trying to show them that, look, I could be the next generation of champion, and therefore you can just see the awesome crowd and atmosphere here.
1st and 10 for the Panthers. Watson, shotgun, gets it, little quick scoop pass, and bottled up by the Eagle defenders.
You're going to hear me say this a lot. Evan Jones and company, they're trying to do their best, but when the pursuit, the angle of pursuit is in place, that's where it gets challenging.
And here you see the replay. Here we go.
There's a nice little opportunity for a quick jet sweep, but the pursuit, look at the pursuit. That speed to the football and staying home, reading your keys, excellent defense.
Philip Sykes doing a nice job as we see Evan Jones now split out. Now we get a timeout taken by the Panthers. They want to think things over. 2nd and 11. We're going to step away as well. Ravens high school football showdown from Patuxent versus North Point.
In Maryland, girls flag football is on the rise. With leadership from the Ravens, the sport was offered at more than 50 high schools last fall, and these girls are just getting started.
I love the sport now. I never thought I'd grow up becoming a football player.
Girls can have that chance to really showcase a different side of them.
Tell your local officials you want girls flag in your school and help make it a varsity sport statewide.
In Maryland, football is for girls.
2nd and 11 for Patuxent. They have the play call from the sidelines coming in out of the timeout. Booker Corrigan, Kadri Ishmael bringing it to you. Watson, the freshman, drops back to pass, looks left side. Completed, but just for a couple, and they're still going to be behind the chains, Q.
Well, they are, and at the same time, two things. You know the catch was important, and two, you saw the rhythm of the freshman. Allow the defense to get comfortable because at some point in time, you want to take a shot down a football field. So, yeah, manageable for sure. You want a bigger play, run after catch-wise, absolutely. But again, you look at the positives to grow on.
Head coach at Patuxent, Steve Krause, has the joy of coaching with three sons.
That's
who
awesome.
all played quarterback for him at one point or another. But let's get to Watson from the shotgun. Drops back, evades a would-be sacker, and now he's going to run with it. And a horse collar tackle is probably going to give them the first down.
Yep, that is where you got to look at it and make sure that you are disciplined with your arms and hands and everything.
Yeah.
So yes, got a little bit.
It
too
wasn't
excited.
intentional.
Nah,
And
it wasn't intentional, but at the same time, you don't teach that.
And referees cannot calibrate for intent.
Yeah, well, technically, looking at the way in which they're showing the replay, that was not a horse collar tackle. I am like, wow, and just shocking.
Still a key play. Watson picks up the first on the flag, and he is setting the shotgun.
Well, that was a missed call, but let's see what they can do off of this.
Run right up the middle, and I'll tell you what, Wilkins got popped in the backfield, but still spun his way for a gain of about 3.
Yeah, that was a good, strong 3 yards. I mean, that was a tackle for loss, and he was able to do his job, get out of it, and make a big play. Well, a solid play. I shouldn't say big play, but a solid play.
Q, I got to tell you, he got hit more in that 3-yard gain than I've been hit in the last 3 years.
Okay.
And I kind of like that. I want to keep that streak alive.
Yes, that's exactly right.
Here comes Watson. And a manageable 2nd and 6, 7 and 6.5. Takes the snap, drops back to pass. Pass rush coming. And the Jersey tackle that time, 52. Tinch was going to have nothing.
Yeah.
You're not getting away from this one.
That is the ability to elude a defender, and then all of a sudden you realize you cannot. When you think you can, but you cannot.
Kind of like
great tackle for loss.
The blocker who thought he had Tinch.
Yes, thought he did.
Thought he had him, but he did not.
But Tinch is one of those guys that plays with a high level of speed and able to be elusive. Excellent tackle for loss.
North Point coming off a 34-0 win in their opener. Patuxent coming off a 34-27 victory at Westlake. And we are tied 0-0 as we see the sack on the way out. First quarter over. Great football.
At Corrigan Sports Enterprises, we don't just host events, we transform visions into victories. From the very first spark of an idea to the roar of the crowd on the big day, we're with you every step of the way. Corrigan Sports Enterprises, taking events from conception to fruition.
Hey Ravens fans, subscribe to the Ravens official YouTube channel for analysis, interviews, press conferences, and exclusive Ravens Wired content.
Agent Zero, operator.
You can't get anywhere else. Visit youtube.com/Baltimore Ravens to follow and subscribe.
Let's talk about the Ravens' rise in their high school coach of the week. Troy Gibson had a Severn run. Great job. The most improvement happens between week 1 and week 2. But yes. Troy Gibson, now he's the coach of the week 1. Nowhere to go.
I tell you what, it's one of those situations where you're just like, hey, we're rolling. Went into camp, rolling. We're coming out of camp, rolling. First game, rolling.
Here we go, 3rd and long. Swing past the outside with some room. And that is Evan Jones. And he tenacious.
I like what the Panthers did right there. You know, again, you got a young quarterback trying to get the ball out of his hands very quickly, and you go ahead and you get it to Evan Jones, and Evan Jones does it with regards to his ability to take the ball off. Now watch a physical. Just lower the shoulder and just keep the legs going. Physical run.
He really did. He got popped. They're going to go for it on 4th and 4. They might try and draw him off, but
I mean, I'm trying to go for it if you don't feel good about your punt team. This is high school.
And there's the handoff inside, accelerating on the run, but stopped about 18 to 24 inches short. That's good defense.
That is
hats
great
off.
Defense.
And that's Kyle Hart, one of their big-time defenders for the Eagles.
Yeah, Kyle Hart. He was just incredible the way in which he and his teammates rallied to the football.
Griffin had the legs, and Hart had the top. And now it's going to be 1st and 10 again. Right, look at that crowd. The place is jumping. And North Point comes right out, goes right to the line. 3 receivers to the left, 1 on the other side. Quick pump fake, and the pass is completed by Ferreira. And that's going to be a 1st down for North Point. A little momentum off the 4th down stop. Catch by Watson.
It's a good, rhythm throw. And just an excellent job to get a play that you can sit there and get the 1st down.
1st and 10. North Point Eagles. Ferreira ducks and goes down the left sideline, and the ball bounds incomplete. Intended for Taylor, but good coverage by Gross.
Kyler tried his best to get the ball down the field, had to reset his feet after there was some pressure in his face. You see right there the D lineman just coming off the edge and having to reset and cause him to make the errant throw.
And Q, you talk about that pressure made him reset his feet. How important is just a guy making the move?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that throws off your timing, especially at the high school level. You know, resetting your feet, all those fundamental things, it's challenging. And so you're trying to get the quarterback off the spot.
Ferreira scampers to the left side and keeps on churning. He's not going to have the 1st down, but they're not behind the chains right now.
No, it looks like he has moved.
He has moved
the chains and has gotten the 1st down. That was a big 3rd down run. I'll tell you what, again, he can beat you with his arms or beat you with his legs, and I think for that particular run, you can see where he just gets it, and it's just a quarterback power move downhill, put your shoulder down, get 12 yards, and keep the chains moving, and now you're well into the Panthers' territory.
Willing to pay a price to make a play. Kyler Ferreira, the senior quarterback for the Eagles, and now we get flags once again. Jace a streak of about 7 plays there with no flags.
Yeah, Jace Tolles looks like he wanted to continue some things, but forgot that you got to snap the ball before you continue anything. Jace.
Great job. You can see those upcoming college games going across the bottom line. Florida LSU, 7:30 on Saturday on ABC. Great producer Blake Corrigan will be in charge of that broadcast. You know that. And here is Ferreira. Gets the snap, and he is just going to run right side. Bounces it out, but strung out by the defense. Good job by the Panthers there.
You just love the fact that they were able to string it out. You know that he's a dynamic runner. You know that if he gets to that edge and turns it upfield, you're in trouble. But you saw, again, that level of pursuit by the Panthers defense.
The team tackling and the team pursuit, really. He lost 3 yards on that play.
That is exactly right. You got to set the edge, and you got to have your boys rallying, making sure you can go ahead and make a short tackle.
Eagles come out of their sugar huddle. Ferreira, the lone setback. And now more flags.
Flag on the play.
It's already 2nd and 12 and a half. And we're going to get a false start, 2nd and 17.
False start, Eagles.
Boy, I tell you what, going into halftime, I would literally be telling my guys we are moving the football well. However, we need to be way more disciplined with these undisciplined penalties.
As we see some of the Eagle alums, Rasheed Walker, Kalen Carson, you see Wake Forest, the Cowboys, Penn State to Green Bay. That's not a bad pedigree.
A lot of talent come through these gridirons on both sides of the ball.
Ferreira looking down the right sideline, and now he's going Fran Tarkenton on us. And you young kids, if you don't know Fran Tarkenton,
how about Lamar Jackson?
Oh,
he went Lamar Jackson on him, and he was extending the play. I know Fran was Lamar before Lamar, but our young folks at home and our Ravens Rise people, I think they know number 8.
Yeah, I agree. But I feel like Fran ran around more frenetically. And that looked...
I understand where you're coming from, Book. I do. I got you. It was an illegal touching call that was a penalty because the receiver was knocked out of bounds, and he cannot be the first person to come back inbounds to touch the ball as the ball was passed to him.
And that is also a loss of down penalty, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. You are putting yourself in quite a hole if you are the Eagles tonight when it comes to all these penalties.
3rd and a New York City block. Ferreira, handoff up the middle, and a great run. Wow. I'm sitting here talking about 3rd and long, and I'll tell you what, that's picking up the first. No flags on the play.
I'm about to say that is the biggest thing, to make sure there are no flags on the play. No flags.
Sean
Great job.
McFadden.
McFadden, we saw in the very first play of the game, had the big play for a touchdown. And so there ends that with an explosive play and no penalty.
And North Point's going to take a timeout and think about things. I'll tell you, that timeout helps the defense.
Timeout, of course, helps the defense, absolutely. But you're resetting yourself and hoping that you can get the necessary call and get points on the board.
We'll see if they got the rest they need right after this.
In Maryland, girls flag football is on the rise. With leadership from the Ravens, the sport was offered at more than 50 high schools last fall, and these girls are just getting started.
I love the sport now. I never thought I'd grow up becoming a football player.
Girls can have that chance to really showcase a different side of them.
Tell your local officials you want girls flag in your school and help make it a varsity sport statewide.
In Maryland, football is for girls.
It's a little early for St. Patrick's Day, but Sean McFadden gobbling up yards.
Sean looked really good as far as his ability to just make guys miss.
Ferreira again to McFadden, and once again pounding it up the inside.
Yes, that was a big, strong run. McFadden doing an excellent job for a 6-yard gain. That's what you want, a big 6-yard gain.
We've talked about being in front of the chains or behind the chains. That certainly helps McFadden. Legs churning.
Yeah, that's a big 6 yards. So now you're pretty much in the red zone, and in your mind, you're thinking 6 if you are North Point.
Ferreira gives it to McFadden. No, he doesn't. Keeps it, and maybe should have. Swallowed up with a gain of about 2. That'll bring up 3rd down. No, that's 1st and goal.
I can tell you what.
Q, can I borrow your glasses for a little?
I tell you what. I mean, that was a tough run. It wasn't very much of one that you had to do to get the 1st down, but yeah, hats off to him.
Ferreira is churning. He's got McFadden to his left. And single receiver here on the right. Ferreira keeps it the whole way. Pounded a couple times, but no dice. He accelerates through the tackles, and he is in. First score of the game, 6-0, North Point.
Amazing. I tell you what, Book, you talk about big plays on that drive. The penalties were managed and kept in check, and the methodical way to go down the field to get the touchdown. That was awesome.
Ferreira and McFadden with the bulk of the work on that one. And in for the extra point, number 82, Landon Smith. They switch off the kicking duties, and it's up and good. And there's 7-0 Eagles over the Panthers. Here's a replay of the kick.
Big kick, right through the uprights. That's what you want, get the extra point. I love this touchdown run. I love how he kept it and made a guy miss. The guy was right there in the hole, but just solid job of following his guard, pulling guard, nice good sweep action. And that was just a nice good counter play.
He went into the contact against the defender almost as if he knew it was coming, he knew he was going to handle it, and he knew it was coming at him.
Well, you know, I think, Book, when you talk about just play calling, got to know what you're looking at as a coach and what your athlete can do as talent. Excellent job of just finding a way to get into the end zone and using a little finesse mixed with physicality.
Yep. And it's going to be Landon Smith putting the toe on leather. And keep an eye on number 26, Evan Jones, back there for the return.
Back deep for the Panthers.
I might kick it away from him.
Yeah, I would say so.
And they do so. Coming up, nice handle on it. He bounces into his own traffic a little bit. It looks like Wilkins is now going to finally get onto the ground, right around his own 20.
Yeah, that was a good open field tackle. Kickoff return, but now got to go 80. Let's see what they can do.
The home crowd behind him. Thank you so much to Dunkin' Donuts. That each athletic department gets $2,500 donation. All the players on both teams get a ton of Ravens gear to wear and to keep. So this is definitely one of the things that teams love to be a part of. And the Ravens, how lucky are we to have them?
Huh, seriously.
Panthers from their own 20. Freshman quarterback Watson. And a nice scamper to the left side by Wilkins.
I tell you what, I know Wilkins, but you got to say Jackson Sullivan. Like just an amazing job. Trying to get the ability to make a guy mix with Paxton Griffin with the open field tackle.
Griffin, nice job making sure the tackle was completed, but still a gain of a solid 3. Man, here comes Watson. Loving the shotgun. Hands it off inside, but that defensive line for North Point.
Well, the Eagles, I tell you what, part of what they do on that defensive front, we've seen them from time to time again. They do an excellent job of shedding their blockers, and Philip Sykes, senior D lineman, all of 5'8", 180 pounds, did an excellent job of securing the tackle.
There's your shot of Braden Watson. And they are now 3rd and 7. And he has Jones split to the left, quick swing pass to Wilkins, and he's gonna skitter to the outside. Saying the ball, they're calling him down.
Well, you know, I think because of him being such a young quarterback, I mean, they want to give him something that he can be able to manage that swing route. It's a good concept, it's just the execution and, to be honest, the way in which, you know, you see the Eagles pursue, and the Eagles do a great job of pursuing. Panthers were not able to get over the edge, and now comes the punt.
Watson back for the punt, and you talk about the Eagles with their pursuit to the sideline. They're also putting pressure on the quarterback. That makes 3rd and long a little harder to manage. Watson with another great punt with a good bounce. But out of bounds right around the 40. Call it the 41.
Well,
and that's where the Eagles will take over.
Looks like he's about to be the 45. Man, it went from the 40 to the 41 to the, oh, never mind, we'll go to the 45.
Makes it easier for the chain crew.
Round it up.
So many folks here packing them in. I was here at about 4:30, and there was 200 people here then. It was
great crowd, great atmosphere, Friday night lights. I mean, just an amazing facility and just awesome environment for football.
And I know you parked after I did. Where's your parking spot?
I couldn't find any spot. I'm walking a mile just to get to my car when it was all said and done. I might have to have an Uber just to go to my car. Someone pick me up and help me.
Ferreira swings it out to the right, and it's handled by Watson, but only a gain of about 3.
Watson had to make a couple guys miss.
And Green
we'll
with the
also
tackle.
See how Amir Green was able to secure the tackle.
2nd down for the Eagles.
2nd and a long 6. As you catch a glimpse of that beautiful sunset down at the offside of the field. Here's Ferreira. Hands it off inside, and again, good defense, good tackling.
Deontay Johnson made a great
well, you
tackle.
can see that they're trying to do their best with their pulling action, and if they can get the guys moving and pulling with the double pull, that would seem to have worked in their favor. But again, you got to credit the Panthers for being disciplined and staying and reading their keys and not over pursuing.
Sean McFadden, the runner that time. Here's Ferreira by himself, and they got the defense to jump on the hard count, and that is going to be the call. And
discipline, more discipline. Let's see.
And that was a great hard count by Ferreira for North Point. And they are going to go ahead and wave them down. Yep, wave them the first down.
5-yard penalty goes for 6 yards.
Langston Joseph checks into the game, number 12. He's split wide to the right along with Javion Watson. Ferreira, 1st and 10, and he is running the whole way. That is a design quarterback keeper, and Ferreira could be gone.
Outstanding job by his offensive line. When he got into the secondary untouched, you knew that he had a chance to go all the way. Excellent job by the offensive line, blocking and then allowing him to get to the secondary to show his talents to make that big run.
And I know I'm talking to somebody who knows how to accelerate. He accelerated after he got through the first level, and he hit 5th gear.
Absolutely. Yeah. The patience that he had to allow the blocks to set up, but then you can see where his talent took over and just the acceleration for the score.
And this is Christian Solomon in for the extra point. It's up and good. I said they rotate those kicking duties, and here's a replay of it. Here's Ferreira. He accelerates right here. He can come in a revolving door behind you and beat you out the other side.
Absolutely. I love that. Absolutely. You can just see right there the patience, but look at the offensive line, look at the blocking, and then he's just running down the football field.
What an effort by Xavier Gross.
Xavier looked like he was not giving up and almost had an opportunity to make a tackle. But, credit the effort of Kyler. Ferreira is showing that he is going to lead his team and will them to victory. I believe we talked about it in the opening where North Point, have not had a victory on this field, or they only had one victory on this field against the Panthers.
And it is Smith who does the kickoff duties, and this time it is Evan Jones with the return. Accelerates straight up the middle of the field because he has power, and he gets it all the way to the 30. Now, we talked about you don't want to kick to him just because he has power and speed.
Well, the thing is, you know, in high school, the kicking game, you're trying your best to get players on the football field, and sometimes they're not necessarily your surest of tacklers, but if you can get hungry guys that are, sophomore and freshmen that are willing to go out there and be disciplined with their lanes and their assignments, you're going to be able to tackle a dynamic player like that.
And you're talking about a great coach giving up some sophomores in there, give them a role.
Yeah,
give them a role to play.
Absolutely, get some experience, get some playing time.
Snaps a little low. Watson picks it up. Quick pass to the outside and a big, nice gain. Hit out of bounds hard. Right at the Northport sideline.
Yep.
And they're going to march him up a gain of about 7.
Gain of 7 on the play.
Late first half. Here's a replay of it. Picks up the low snap and gets it out.
Okay, young man. Nice job of getting the ball out of your hands quick and getting it upfield.
Braden Watson, 2nd and 4. Takes it, has the swing to his left and just a little bit too easy. It was almost too easy.
It's not even necessarily too easy so much as for Braden, like I'm comfortable throwing it to my left across my body, but then when I got to open up and make an easier throw to my right, now you're going to have an inaccurate pass. Again, that's one thing that the young man will learn, and he'll get better at it as the year goes on.
You talk about he's the punter, the kickoff guy, the starting quarterback. He's a freshman. When I was a freshman, I was eating lunch in the library.
When I was a freshman, I was like, oh my God, where is class?
Yeah, I'm lost. That's why I ate lunch in the library, because I knew it. 3rd and 4, crucial conversion opportunity for the Panthers. Bouncing snap, but Watson handles it, but doesn't find a way to get rid of it. And that's going to bring up 4th and a punt.
Well, that's a tough one because the routine of the snap is where you're hoping that, you get an opportunity to get the ball. He wasn't able to. But, even in his composure of trying to make a play in the midst of the chaos, it's commendable. But unfortunately, he couldn't do it, whereas you saw the Panthers doing an excellent job of getting to the football.
You talk about the Patuxent Panthers. State championships 2, regional championships 6, conference championships 11. Steve Crounce doing a great job.
In Maryland, girls flag football is on the rise. With leadership from the Ravens, the sport was offered at more than 50 high schools last fall, and these girls are just getting started.
I love the sport now. I never thought I'd grow up becoming a football player.
Girls can have that chance to really showcase a different side of them.
Tell your local officials you want girls flagging your school and help make it a varsity sport statewide.
In Maryland, football is for girls.
And the punt, while we were away for just a moment, Braden Watson got it all the way down to the 20-yard line of North Point with 2:57 to go in the half. Here it is. He gets it off, and he has a knack for getting it to roll forward.
I just love that punt. That was huge. Now you flip the table as far as, you know what, you guys got us on offense, but now we've flipped it back into your territory. If you're going to score on us, you're going to have to go 80.
And they are set up like they want to go. 2 receivers to the right. Ferreira hands it off up the middle, and grinding away is McFadden. He just has a knack for always falling forward.
Part of the reason what makes him a special back. You know, he knows he has to make these tough runs. He has to be smart with the football, but, you know, the big play will come because of his tenacious attitude and mindset.
Ferreira calls him out. Clock running at 2:25. Fakes it to McFadden and gets sacked hard, deep in his own territory.
Sean Edwards just did an amazing job of thwarting the efforts. Look how he just comes, read his keys, saw the rollout, and once he saw that, oh, you're coming my way, Kyler, I'm about to go ahead and stop you.
And that brings up 3rd and 12.
Makes it 3rd and 12.
With 150 in the half.
Let's get loud, Pack Station.
Ferreira. 2 receivers to his right. Single coverage to the left side. Patuxent with just 1 safety back. Interesting to see if they don't just take a shot.
I would say
they take a timeout.
I would think no, they can go ahead, talk about it, and see how they could, for 1:30, how they're going to make a good, smart play to possibly put more points on the board before halftime.
And here's
see
a
again
replay
where
of
you got the nice rollout, but then just also just seeing the way you got to stay home. Don't get caught up in all the noise. Let me just be mindful, do my job, did his job effectively, and Edwards with the big play.
John Edwards broke down. He didn't over pursue. He didn't go for the big hit. He went for the sure tackle.
Yes, exactly right. Explosive runner like Kyler, you got to be a short tackler in open field.
And on a big home game like this with the stands full, you want to make that big play, but you're well coached when you make the good tackle.
Mm-hmm.
And here they come, 3rd and 11. 14-0 lead for North Point, but they face a tough scenario right here. Ferreira, the senior quarterback, takes the snap and hands it off up the inside. And Patuxent with the tackle. That'll bring up 4th down. Now they will take a quick timeout. Good timeout.
Well, that's smart by Patuxent to get the timeout. 4th down. Let's not be wasting the time, because if we can keep a lot of the time on the clock, that puts them in a great position to potentially get a poor punt by North Point, and now you're getting the ball back in your territory with the opportunity to go down and put points on the board before half.
And we talk about the freshman quarterback Braden Watson, but he has the arm. He can get the ball down into the end zone.
Yes.
And you know,
he's got to have his guys make plays. In other words, offensive line has to be a lot more stout. Give him a chance to get the ball down to his skilled players.
Crucial comment about the offensive line, and also those receivers. They got to high point that ball. They got to go up and get it.
Absolutely.
I mean, I know I'm teaching you a lot about being a receiver. I played 1 year of high school football. I was the worst player on my team. You played in the NFL for X amount of years. So, yeah, I want to help you as much as I can.
I appreciate it. You learn an awful lot. Speaking of NFL players, got some former Raven alum here with us.
4th down, punt, high snap, and now dropped. And a punt that doesn't get back to the original line of scrimmage. Wow, the timeout helped.
Timeout helped, but also bad job by North Point and their punt coverage unit of the basics. And this is just a gaff by the punter, not being able to secure it, and just a beautiful. Technically, that was a block by our guy, Nathan Sands. We talked about how Nathan needed to go ahead and be smart, and talk about senior making a critical play. Put an opportunity for 1:15 left, only 15 seconds off the clock. Critical.
Nathan Sands almost took his shoe off, took the punter's shoe off.
Yeah, he could have grabbed the ball right off his shoe and scored with it. That's how great of a punt block that was.
Great rush. Here comes a late substitution hustling onto the field, number 4, Nathan Sands.
Nathan was like, hey,
my hand hurts. I just got hit by a cleat.
Exactly.
Shotgun, Watson, handoff, inside, power run, gain of 2 or 3, and a host of North Point Eagle tacklers, including Philip Sykes. He's in on him.
Yeah, this is where, you know, if you're the Panthers, you're not going to just think you can stop and rest, because I know the Eagles, as much as they have the advantage field position-wise, they still got to execute themselves.
Yeah, the Panthers are looking to punch this in. And the scramble to his left. Watson gets the pass off. Open man, touchdown. And who else but Nathan Sands? What doesn't he do?
I tell you what, you want to talk about Nathan Sands showing up big in a senior moment. He showed up big. Great job, special teams. And then right here, red zone. It's just a quick sprint. And he finds Nathan in the back of the end zone on a deep crosser. Nice little crossing route. Excellent job by him.
And now, who's going to kick the extra point, do you think? Braden Watson.
Yes, sir. Wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah. And he splits the uprights. Tell you what, they have a star in the making. Here's a review of the play. This angle might show some of the fans a little something. There's the catch.
Nice job.
Nate has it the whole way. That's a great catch.
Oh, yeah. There was never a doubt. You're sitting there, you're just knowing that, look, we're going to roll out
and
keep things easy peasy, and just a good, strong, accurate throw by the freshman, good catch by the senior.
The only terrifying part of that was he was so open. Sometimes you drop.
No, not even a thought will cross his mind. That's why you practice. You practice these plays so much that you expect the good things to happen. Panthers really needed a momentum shift, and they got it with the punt block and then get in that short field. With a little time left on the clock, they turned it into points, 14-7. And technically a lot of time left with 35 seconds. This coverage has to be on point. You just can't take it for granted if you're the Panthers. The Eagles have explosive players that can make you miss real quickly.
And we saw that early in the game. And we know the Panthers don't want to see it late in the half. As Watson approaches the ball and pooches it down the right side.
Smart.
Handled, and now scampering return, staying on his feet. Watson goes for the dive, and he's got a full escort. A full escort. He stays in bounds, and he is gone.
Wow.
Touchdown by Paxton Griffin, the junior.
Wow, that was just impressive. When you talk about how you need to make a big play, the Eagles showed up and showed out. What an amazing big play opportunity that came about.
Off the pooch kick.
Off the pooch kick. You're talking, who was that? Is that Paxton Griffin?
Paxton Griffin with the run.
Griffin with the just beautiful job of keeping his balance once he got past the first wave. And then, of course, he had the huge escort into the end zone.
All he had to do was stay in bounds.
Gotta love high school football.
Yep.
Always one play away from a big play. And two special teams play. One for the Panthers with the block punt, and now the big kickoff return.
And the kick is up and good. 21-7 with 22 seconds to go here in the half.
You're trying to hope that this will be another
here it is.
Big play opportunity. Look at Griffin right there through the second wave and just making guys miss. And now he's getting escorted by his teammates all the way down for the touchdown.
And no illegal blocks, no flags on the play.
Yeah, good, clean kickoff return. Again, right there, making a guy miss, makes the kicker miss. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys with white jerseys in the screen, escorting his guy into the end zone. Great job by Griffin. Now you got 22 seconds left on the clock. The Panthers are saying to themselves, look, they got a big kickoff return.
Yep.
Let us go ahead. We know it might be another sky kick or a pooch kick scenario.
Opportunity.
But let us go ahead. Landon Smith might not kick it that deep. Let us see if we can make a big play.
Opportunity knocks.
I'm Landon Smith. I'm trying to get this ball on the ground.
And there he goes with the pooch. Coming up to get it, and the Panthers a little bit of opportunity, but no real room. Well covered by North Point.
Yes.
The game clock runs down to 17 seconds now, and they are going to be on their own 33, 34-yard line. 1st and 10.
Panthers take over at the 34-yard line.
And Patuxent, the host team, doing such a great job of getting people in and out of here. It is thousands in the stands.
Yes. Full capacity crowd. A lot of high energy on both sides of the stadium.
Big conference game. These two teams compete for titles routinely.
Yeah, defending state champions on both sides.
Watson pass is completed, and getting outside and out of bounds is Xavier Gross. Great catch and great poise.
Yes, excellent. We're seeing a lot of those swing passes. I think the more confident he can get, you can also have an opportunity to possibly throw it down the football field, but good just pass to the flat and get into your receiver's hand. Xavier Gross with the solid, sound catch.
11 seconds. Watson looking left and just goes to, he actually took a knee because he was about to get swallowed up.
He lost the ball for a minute there, and ball security matters. But because of it, half comes to an end.
And that is not a worst case scenario. We got a great halftime segment coming up for you. Don't go anywhere. Thank you so much to our friends at the Ravens and Adam Rudell and all he does. And of course, Jamar, we're thinking of you. It's a great night here in Patuxent. High Point 21, Patuxent 7. Booker Corrigan, Kadri Ishmael bringing it to you.
In Maryland, football is for girls. Show your support as the Maryland Girls Flag high school football program continues to grow. When you purchase a Maryland and Ravens-specific Girls Flag football hat and/or T-shirt, a portion of the proceeds go directly to the program. All roads lead to the bank. Join us this November 7 and 8 when the Maryland Championships are hosted by the Ravens.
Get ready, Baltimore. The 25th Annual Baltimore Running Festival is coming October 18th. Join thousands of runners for a day of heart-pounding races. The 5K, the Pandora Jewelry 10K, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield Half Marathon, or the full marathon. From Charm City's iconic streets to the thrilling finish at the famed Inner Harbor. Run for glory, run for community, run for you. Sign up now at thebaltimoremarathon.com.
It's the biggest deal in breakfast, Dunkin's $6 meal deal. You get a medium iced or hot coffee, bacon, egg, and cheese, and 6 toasty hash browns. Dunkin's $6 meal deal is back.
What will you do with time? One day, you're gonna go back and say, what did I do with time? I don't care what you have, it's how you use what you have. We're talking about a championship. A championship starts with a mentality.
We talking all day. Hey, let's talk!
Talent is the easiest thing you will ever be given. It's what you do with it. Stop riding on talent, ride on purpose. Every step you take, do you want to remember it yourself? Every motive you make in life, do you want to judge yourself? Because the game fades, bro. But what doesn't fade is the day that you host the Lombardi as a champion. and know the injuries and know the doubts and know the faults we went through. And we found a way to do it.
Get a little banter back in the voice, you know, some pre-show banter. Perfect. Thank you. Yeah. What's up, Coach? Absolutely.
Hey, what's
Coach.
up, man? How you doing? Good seeing you. Yeah. I'm glad you guys are here. This is awesome.
Man. Thanks for having us.
Great seeing you too.
Happy first day of camp.
First day
Training,
of camp.
first day of hitting. Hitting, yeah.
First day of pads, yeah. Big day. Big day,
go.
pads. Is football played in pads? I think it is, right?
Always.
Yeah, it's kind of that's how they do football. Right?
The team always says that when you put the pads on, that's kind of when the real football starts. The energy levels, just everything goes up. For a team that's, you know, kind of their whole identity is wrapped up in the physicality. When the pads come on, it feels like, okay, we're in real football now.
We good. Appreciate it. All right, we ready to go? All right, let's do it. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Okay, we now welcome on a very, 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 very special guest, recurring guest.
We came up one very short on that.
Very good coaching point. It is Coach John Harbaugh. We're here in Baltimore. All right, so first day of pads.
We're excited, Baldy and Tom, because they're putting on pads today like a lot of teams. Here we go. Now we just see who really wants to go about this.
Oh, let's have a great physical day, man. A great physical day.
This is going to look like old school football today. It'll feel like training camp. I mean, every drill, you'll hear the pads popping.
There you go, better up, better up.
It'll be live, the coaches will be yelling.
Here you go, move. That's what I'm talking about.
Set your pass. Why did it go? Good.
You know this better than anybody, Baldy. It's one thing when you're running around in shorts, look at those rookies, when the pads go on, that's when you really start to find things out.
You two guys are fine in shorts, but this is your football. Real football.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Yeah. 100%.
It's going to be a fun day today. Oh, yeah. Fun day.
John Harbaugh, you know, this is his environment right now.
Oh, he's in his element.
You good? Ready for a good day?
Yes, sir.
First day in pads with the Ravens. Blessing. Built for this, right? Football's played in pads, you know. That's how football's played. Flag football is not played in pads, but football is played in pads. That's how we do it. So finally, we get to practice the game. Way to work, Hop. Beautiful.
You still get that juice first day of pads where it's like you feel the energy, you feel something different?
You do. It's a little different. Like you walk in, the guys are always, we have an intense group of guys. They're locked in, very intentional about everything they do. And then just a little more locked in. Just dial it up a couple more notches. Guys are ready.
First day in pads, so a long road ahead of us, of course, first day, but excited for the challenge ahead.
Quiet in the locker room today. I was too quiet. You don't get quiet. There's some two things we know the pads. They get quiet in the locker room, and then offensive people start trying to be your friend. Nah, bro.
Run that crack toss today.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
They try to come to you. We good? I hope we don't. Yeah, we good. You know how that private.
Looks like we know what we're doing.
I'll be quiet today. I was loud on the course yesterday. You know who would be super fun to golf with is Marlon and Jair.
That'll be an 8-hour
This is not a good range session, but that means game time is going to be good. It's usually how it works, right? Thanks for having us, though.
Yeah,
we appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys,
Sure.
let's have fun out here today.
Will do.
Play well.
Course record?
Course record is 60 with an asterisk Bryson.
Okay.
Oh, no.
See ya, course record.
I was just walking off this tee box and it says first hole in one by member Steve Bisciotti, April 19th, 1996. congrats, but I think that might be a little propaganda. I don't know if that. Did we have any video of that or anything?
Yeah, we need some video. Yeah.
The ball, okay?
Thanks. First days of pads tomorrow. You ain't ready.
What, you're 13?
I just gotta send
Probably
Travis
after.
Jones after you.
Well, you're 13, so you probably haven't done pad practice in, what, like 6 years?
Dang, that's crazy.
What are you, when's your 40th birthday, like 2 years?
40th? That's crazy. That's crazy to do. Hey, just because I might be closer to that than 21, I'll still whoop your guys' ass. They'll still send a double team and a slide and say block them.
The Baltimore Ravens are leading this movement in Maryland. What began in 2023 as a pilot program with 10 teams in Frederick County has now expanded to 92 schools across 7 counties for fall of 2025. This includes new programs in Calvert and Charles County, along with expanded participation in Baltimore City. Through strategic partnerships and continued investment in resources, uniforms, and program support, the Ravens are helping to grow the game within public schools statewide, with the ultimate goal of statewide sanctioning for play in fall of 2026. This fall, all roads lead to the bank. Join us as the Maryland High School Girls Flag Football Tournament will be held on November 7th and 8th.
Take a look at this team, the chosen ones. They've trained for years to be here. You can see their drive, their passion, their focus, and now they're ready to take the field. They're MedStar Health, trusted medical team of the Ravens for more than 20 years. And for every training camp, every practice, and every game, they're the team your team chooses every time. MedStar Health. It's how we treat people.
At Corrigan Sports Enterprises, we don't just host events, we transform visions into victories. From the very first spark of an idea to the roar of the crowd on the big day, we're with you every step of the way. Corrigan Sports Enterprises, taking events from conception to fruition.
Hey Ravens fans, subscribe to the Ravens official YouTube channel for analysis, interviews, press conferences, and exclusive Ravens Wired content.
Agent Zero, operator.
You can't get anywhere else. Visit youtube.com/Baltimore Ravens to follow and subscribe.
Get ready, Baltimore. The 25th annual Baltimore Running Festival is coming October 18th. Join thousands of runners for a day of heart-pounding races. The 5K, the Pandora Jewelry 10K, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield Half Marathon, or the full marathon. From Charm City's iconic streets to the thrilling finish at the famed Inner Harbor. Run for glory, run for community, run for you. Sign up now at thebaltimoremarathon.com.
The Baltimore Ravens are leading this movement in Maryland. What began in 2023 as a pilot program with 10 teams in Frederick County has now expanded to 92 schools across 7 counties for fall of 2025. This includes new programs in Calvert and Charles County, along with expanded participation in Baltimore City. Through strategic partnerships and continued investment in resources, uniforms, and program support, the Ravens are helping to grow the game within public schools statewide, with the ultimate goal of statewide sanctioning for play in fall of 2026. This fall, all roads lead to the bank. Join us as the Maryland High School Girls Flag Football Tournament will be held on November 7th and 8th.
Take a look at this team, the chosen ones. They've trained for years to be here. You can see their drive, their passion, their focus, and now they're ready to take the field. They're MedStar Health, trusted medical team of the Ravens for more than 20 years. And for every training camp, every practice, and every game, they're the team your team chooses every time. MedStar Health. It's how we treat people.
It's the biggest deal in breakfast, Dunkin's $6 meal deal. You get a medium iced or hot coffee, bacon, egg, and cheese, and 6 toasty hash browns. Dunkin's $6 meal deal is back.
At Corrigan Sports Enterprises, we don't just host events, we transform visions into victories. From the very first spark of an idea to the roar of the crowd on the big day, we're with you every step of the way. Corrigan Sports Enterprises, taking events from conception to fruition.
It began with the fans. And as we approach our 30th season, we're reminded of the moments we've enjoyed together. From the first draft to the last snap, from Festivus to Paradise, from MVP seasons to MVP seasons. Darkness has fallen, purple has risen, and that's just the beginning. Join the flock at M&T Bank Stadium this season and be part of the stories yet untold. Single game tickets are on sale now.
2025 Baltimore Ravens Coach of the Week and Flag Coach of the Week programs are presented by the Baltimore Sun. For 10 weeks during the regular season, the Ravens will honor a high school tackle and flag coach who has made a significant impact on their student athletes. All coaches receive a $2,000 donation to their school's athletic department and are in the running for the Ravens Coach of the Year.
This letter is for you. From what I hear, you're supposed to be the next Tom Brady. You're not the next Tom Brady. You're the next you. Compare yourself to nobody but the kid in the mirror. The one who knows that who you are today is just a piece of who you're going to become. Sincerely, Tom. You wrote this. Yeah.
Live out your dreams, man.
In Maryland, football is for girls. Show your support as the Maryland Girls Flag high school football program continues to grow. When you purchase a Maryland and Ravens-specific Girls Flag football hat and/or t-shirt, a portion of the proceeds go directly to the program. All roads lead to the bank. Join us this November 7 and 8 when the Maryland Championships are hosted by the Ravens.
Get ready, Baltimore. The 25th annual Baltimore Running Festival is coming October 18th. Join thousands of runners for a day of heart-pounding races. The 5K, the Pandora Jewelry 10K, Care First Blue Cross Blue Shield Half Marathon, or the full marathon. From Charm City's iconic streets to the thrilling finish at the famed Inner Harbor. Run for glory, run for community, run for you. Sign up now at thebaltimoremarathon.com.
It's the biggest deal in breakfast, Dunkin's $6 meal deal. You get a medium iced or hot coffee, bacon, egg, and cheese, and 6 toasty hash browns. Dunkin's $6 meal deal is back.
The Baltimore Ravens are leading this movement in Maryland. What began in 2023 as a pilot program with 10 teams in Frederick County has now expanded to 92 schools across 7 counties for fall of 2025. This includes new programs in Calvert and Charles County, along with expanded participation in Baltimore City. Through strategic partnerships and continued investment in resources, uniforms, and program support, the Ravens are helping to grow the game within public schools statewide, with the ultimate goal of statewide sanctioning for play in fall of 2026. This fall, all roads lead to the bank. Join us as the Maryland High School Girls Flag Football Tournament will be held on November 7th and 8th.
Take a look at this team, the chosen ones. They've trained for years to be here. You can see their drive, their passion, their focus, and now they're ready to take the field. They're MedStar Health, trusted medical team of the Ravens for more than 20 years. And for every training camp, every practice, and every game, They're the team your team chooses every time. MedStar Health. It's how we treat people.
This letter is for you. From what I hear, you're supposed to be the next Tom Brady. You're not the next Tom Brady. You're the next you. Compare yourself to nobody but the kid in the mirror. The one who knows that who you are today is just a piece of who you're going to become. Sincerely, Tom. You wrote this. Yeah.
Live out your dreams, man.
Your second half action.
Yeah, you want to get some level of momentum going, and if you're the Panthers from a defensive standpoint, you're getting a good 3 and out, and if you are leading North Point to say, hey, we need to go ahead and take the ball and move it on down the field. Let's get some more points up on the board.
And here are the Panthers on offense. And Patuxent Panthers are going to get some whistles blown before the snap. Pre-snap violation. North Point Eagles. And there's the palms up as the teams are now being called back to the sidelines. We have a man down with cramps. That is an unfortunate turn of event. That is number 52, Justin Tinch. Just a sophomore, but he plays like a senior, Q.
We've seen him make some big plays throughout the game where he just held his assignment and was able to just get to the ball carrier. But
we're also recognizing that you got to stay hydrated, and those are the little things. That to keep yourself on the field, you got to do those things like staying hydrated and getting those electrolytes into your system.
What was one of your strategies in your playing days as far as staying hydrated? You pickle juice
absolutely.
Guy? Are you pickle juice? I'm
no,
big.
Lamar Jackson, I know he had his pickle juice, and that was really good because basically you're having an abundance of trace minerals and some good electrolytes and some good sodium that is going to be helpful to you to stay hydrated. For me, it is simple as getting some electrolytes in me via some different foods and avenues, but pickle juice wasn't necessarily one of them.
I love pickle juice, but I will say those people who say it looks like pond water, they're not wrong. They're not wrong. But I still love it.
There are a lot of things that look like pond water, but if it's going to make you be in a scenario where you can avoid cramping, then I'm all for it.
We're going to step away for just a minute as they work on what looks like to be more than a cramp. We hope it's just a cramp because Tinch is valuable.
In Maryland, girls flag football is on the rise. With leadership from the Ravens, the sport was offered at more than 50 high schools last fall, and these girls are just getting started.
I love the sport now. I never thought I'd grow up becoming a football player.
Girls can have that chance to really showcase a different side of them.
Tell your local officials you want girls flag in your school and help make it a varsity sport statewide.
In Maryland, football is for girls.
It is North Point of football deep in Patuxent territory. We didn't see the fumble, the turnover, what happened, but North Point definitely kicked off to Patuxent, and it's now North Point ball, so somewhere in there.
There was a turnover that occurred.
And praying for forgiveness, we did have a power outage here at halftime. Ferreira scrambles to his left, has an open receiver, tipped away, but then bobbled and caught. You got mossed. Oh, Jordan Taylor makes the catch.
An amazing catch. However, you're also looking at the dreaded yellow hanky.
How does this happen? What a catch.
It looks like it was the lead official who was throwing the flag, too. Another holding costly. That's 2 plays, 14 points on the board. when it came to a big play that resulted in a play being overturned because of holding, but just an amazing job of concentrating, going up high, pointing the football. If you're Jordan Taylor, looking like the legendary Michael Jordan, making the play like that, unfortunately, it was all for naught because of a holding penalty.
Holding call brings back the Lynn Swann-like catch right there for the touchdown. And the Eagles go right back to the ground.
Went Lynn Swann on them back in the day. You're going to have the young folk YouTube who Lynn Swann was.
He's worth it. He is worth it, I promise you. McFadden with the scamper gets back a couple of the yards, but
I
it's
give
still
him
third and
a
long.
new day. We'll say Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
We'll give him a guy like that, Stephon Diggs. Guys that the young folk can be like, oh, yes, I know who he is. What's up?
Stephon Diggs out of Good Counsel High School.
Exactly.
Little sugar huddle for the Eagles. Ferreira gets up, third and long, should see a pass. Well, I shouldn't say that because they can run for dozens also. And there it is, the handoff. McFadden, and a flag comes flying in high. Right over in front of all the decorations the Ravens crew put out. High school football showdown 2025 version. Booker Corrigan, Kadri Ishmael bringing it to you, and thrilled about the schedule we have. It is going to be fast and furious, and then we end up with some great games. And Kadri, we got some great flag football games coming up.
Yeah, very excited to see that in action. I'm going to have to make sure I am learned up
Well, they also
on all the little details of the flag football and make sure I am being accurate when I describe the action on the field.
I can tell you, those girls are talented and the games are fast and furious.
Yes.
24-minute running halves. It's boom, boom. And here's third to country mile. Ferreira fakes the handoff, looking deep down the right, now scrambles left. Again, tries to cock it and throw it, but runs out of bounds, and that's going to bring up fourth.
Yeah, he was trying to get the ball out to Javion Watson, who was on his right side, but he wasn't able to trust seeing his receiver and making the throw down the field.
And it looks like they are going to have to punt again. Punting this time, Christian Solomon, the senior.
Christian Solomon on the kick for the Eagles.
And long snapper, number 89, Brandon Basile, just a sophomore. From right on midfield. And there's a nice punt. Gets one off deep. Takes a North Point roll. And I'll tell you, you come to these games and you hear so many great stories about the people that are involved with the programs. On the field here tonight, there's a number 55 with the letters GW next to it. Deshaun Brooks was part of that 2015 state championship team. He's the 55, and then the GW is to honor Gary Wynn. He was the youth football director down here and just means so much to the people. His memory is always going to be on this field. They simply love and support the great folks who contribute so many ways. And high school football is full of them. That's why we're blessed.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well said.
Watson from the shotgun. And they gain a bunch on first.
Yeah, that was a good, strong off-tackle run. Let's see what they're going to say as far as the flag. It might be on the defense.
It doesn't look
like
we're
it might have been potential face mask, but we'll see what the call is.
Personal foul face mask.
We know stuff.
Don't tell Kadri Ishmael he's got bad eyes.
We know. I got my new prescription.
And here's the end of the play, and there it is. Tough scenario for Latrell Boulding, the junior. It reaches out to make the tackle and did, in fact, grab the face mask. That'll tack some yards on. Big first down.
Yeah, I think when you look at North Point, part of the thing the Eagles need to do when they get back to practice next week is cleaning up the costly penalties that has hurt them. They lost 14 points up on the board, plus some precious yards on defense.
Deep down the right sideline, Watson, and just overthrown. Trying to get it deep that time to Peyton Johnson.
Yeah, Peyton Johnson was trying to get a step or two and was having some difficulty clearing, but we're also seeing that, Braden Watson, he was throwing a lot of swing routes, a lot of balls into the flat. We knew it was a matter of time before they would take a shot down the football field.
Show that arm that Watson has. 2nd and 10, close to midfield. Patuxent down by 14. Dropped, snap, quick pass out to the flat, and just forward enough. You always worry about those, but it was, in fact, forward enough. It did not bring about the lateral.
Right. Yes. You're always concerned whether or not it's going to be a backward pass.
The North Point defense has come to play tonight, not giving up much at all. The only touchdown Patuxent was able to score was off a blocked punt by Nathan Sands, and then Nathan was in on the touchdown reception. Antoine Wilkins, the setback next to Watson, to his left. 3rd down and 10. Watson rolls left, gets it off. Pass is caught, but out of bounds just after the catch is Sands.
Yeah, Sands was the key guy in their scoring drive with the punt block in the first half, right before halftime, and then, of course, the touchdown. But then, of course, this play here, he was trying to keep his feet in bounds, was unable to.
And
it puts them in a position where they're going to go for it.
Picked up about 4, so it's 4th and 4 from the exact midfield line. And here is Watson rolling left, gets the pass off, and it is caught by Evan Jones, the grinder. What can't Evan Jones do?
But the crazy thing about it, it's coming back.
A flag.
A flag. We see holding, and I mean, looking at that replay, it was a great catch. I'm not exactly sure what the officials saw as far as holding.
And now they're probably going to have to punt it away.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And there's the call, holding against the offense. An unfortunate turn of events for the home squad. You see a lot of pink in the stands tonight. That is not for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. That is in October. But the Patuxent Panthers did win a contest of some kind, so they gave the pink T-shirts to everybody. And here's Watson back to punt, gets it off quickly, and again, out of bounds early, and it goes out just about the 40-yard line. North Point will start in their own territory, but with solid field position. Just under 9 minutes to go here, 3rd quarter.
Good 8-yard punt.
Yeah. Every now and then it's high school football.
Exactly right.
And there you see Patuxent coach Crounce coaching with his sons. Tyler Crounce, who's 29 years old, now coaching with his son Reese Crounce, who's 24, and his son Zach Crounce, who's 21. And they all championship level quarterbacks, and some of them still hold some MPSSAA records. The son of a coach.
That's really cool.
They normally do okay, and they're normally very coachable. 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Ferreira hands it off, bouncing one way is McFadden. Then he bounces back, but a nice open field tackle.
That was great. Jakari Dixon with just an amazing job of really just bigger fella coming in, and now it's just about the pursuit. Could have easily given up on the play, but nice effort.
He just trips him up. A huge tripping.
Jakari. He's made some plays in this game tonight.
And for the Panthers, number 4, Nate Sands, a little slow to get up. They can ill afford to lose him. But he looks like he's under his own power, but it's not a lot of power.
Yeah, well, we hope that it is a situation where he can get to the sideline, get looked at, and be able to get back out there on the football field. They're definitely going to need him.
They do need him. 2nd and about 7 for North Point. There's the Patuxent cheer squad. They did a great job at halftime. It was like the power exploded. They did so well.
They did so well that they were like, ha ha, all the power belongs on the field.
If you were only here. Clock under 9 minutes, 3rd quarter. On a beautiful night for high school football.
Yes.
Ferreira. And this time he has number 24, number 24, Antonio Only behind him. Hands off to Only. Only skitters to his left just a little bit. And a nice stop by the Panther defense. 3rd and 7, a little bit behind the chains. Patuxent defense, step up time.
Yeah, this is where Patuxent wants to get the ball back if they're looking to get any momentum in this 3rd quarter to put points back on the board and make it a more competitive game. Right now, 21-7 in favor of North Point.
Antonio Only the single setback behind Ferreira. Thought he had a jump by the Patuxent Panthers, but no call. Play clock winding down, but they get it off. Ferreira fakes the handoff, passes to his near side and stopped just short of the 1st down. This is going to bring up a sticky decision on 4th down. You're up 21-7, but you do have talent.
You do, and it's a manageable 4th and 2. I think it would be smart for them to go for it.
And they're at least going to line up like they're going to go for it. Ferreira in, and they just charge it forward. Goodness gracious.
That is imposing your will on the opponent. You want it 2 yards, you get 10.
Yeah.
That's impressive. I mean, look at keeping the legs going, not to be denied. We want this 1st down.
Hayes was just along for the ride. As we see checking in number 54, Isaac Bauger. One of the great tacklers on this defense, and boy, do they need use that turnover magic, some kind of something. Ferreira, shotgun. Only to his left. Gives to Only, running right. Gets around the 1st level and a diving tackle to trip him up by Nate Sands. And now another Patuxent Panthers down. And that looks like Evan Jones. This is, as we do have a man down. There's Sands doing it and just tripped up at the end of the play.
Yeah, I mean, that was a high snap, and of course, Only was able to get around the edge. I mean, that was very smart running to give them a, 8-yard gain, and now you're in 2nd and manageable.
And that was Evan Jones, who looked like he was down. We're going to step away for just a quick sec. 2nd down coming up on the other side.
In Maryland, girls flag football is on the rise. With leadership from the Ravens, the sport was offered at more than 50 high schools last fall, and these girls are just getting started.
I love the sport now. I never thought I'd grow up becoming a football player.
Watch out, Warriors!
girls can have that chance to really showcase a different side of them.
Tell your local officials you want girls flag in your school and help make it a varsity sport statewide.
In Maryland, football is for girls.
There's your Patuxent Panthers breaking the huddle. But a great time to point out that North Point head coach Bill Kondo, 3 years, and his record 37-6. That's putting a good team together.
That's impressive. That's recognizing each year your talent and how you can maximize your talent and getting victories.
Ferreira hands it off to Only. Only gets about a yard. That's to bring up third and 2.5.
Yeah, that was nice, good, strong off tackle, but good pursuit and good tackling.
John Edwards getting his nose in there, as well as Xavier Gross. And Only hustles off to the sideline. And the bad news is that means that Sean McFadden probably going to be back there. And McFadden can break things. Ferreira. And they're going with Eldridge Scott. And a good tackle.
Oh, depending on where the spot.
They got the first. He's already moving. He's already marching.
They literally thought they had him in the backfield.
Yeah.
And again, Ferreira has done a great job of falling forward. That is the third 4th down conversion he's had tonight.
McFadden back in on offense behind Ferreira. And the power running game has shown up in the second half here for the North Point Eagles. And McFadden powers straight ahead for a gain of a tough 3.
They are running it between the guard and the center. They are running physical downhill. That was a good, strong 4-yard imposing your will run.
Clock continues to run as we are below the 5-minute mark, third quarter. Ferreira has the play call. And splitting out to the left is Watson. And McFadden steps in to the right of Ferreira. 2 receivers to the left. Watson gets into the slot. Handoff to McFadden. And he salamanders his way for a loss of about 2. Maybe a dead even.
Ja'Kai Dixon just did an amazing job of making the tackle and then just pushing them back. But you just see where when the Panthers stay disciplined, it's hard to run on them. It's when they get out of their running lanes and their assignments, that's when you see the big gash of plays.
And you saw Evan Jones in on the tackle too. He seems to be omnipresent. Ferreira shotgun. McFadden to his right. Fake to McFadden. Ferreira straight ahead. Churns his way for a gain of 3. And here's 4th down again.
Yet another one and yet another decision to be made.
Oh, they're going for it, but it's just a matter of
what play. I'm about to say, what play are they going to utilize?
Ferreira.
Yes.
Or McFadden.
The Ferreira-McFadden show has been on full display in this drive.
And I got to tell you, as a commentator who doesn't have a ton of experience playing football, I love to see the players with the double-sized helmets because concussions are
the Guardian cap. Yes, yep. The Guardian cap has definitely been something guys have used to protect themselves from concussions.
At every level. Here's Ferreira, takes a shotgun. Ferreira hops backwards and once again gains the necessary yards, if not more, and he is in for the touchdown.
That is just pure talent, effort, amazingness
guts
by Kyler Ferrera. Made the defender miss in the hole. I think that was Carter Hayes who had him dead to rights. If he tackles him, you're having a turnover of possessions. Instead, you get a score because Kyler is just such a dynamic open field runner.
He can make people miss every day of the week. Kick is up and good.
It's just amazing how they've done a job of converting on 4th down. Again, made a guy miss in the hole. That was Nathan Sands who he made miss in the hole. Nathan is a sure tackler, but wasn't able to do it there, and you just see the effort for him to get into the end zone.
And it's Sands and Jones who are, in on the stop. It's a yard deep in the end zone, but they're I'm amazingly proud of their toughness, their grit, their determination.
Yeah, I mean, again, on both sides of the ball, you got talent, and it's both sides of the ball going to try to do their best to get max effort, and you're seeing that with Sands and Jones and not trying to give up.
Coach Kondo came in to this season knowing he had some veterans coming back. He knew he had some younger guys that were going to have to step up and play key roles. And so far, so good. Landon Smith will put his toe on it, and they pooch it again to the left. And just fair caught almost.
That was smart.
Yeah.
Good fair catch. You know that, hey, I'm not here to run the ball. I'm here to block and help our runners. But at the same time, if you're, the Panthers, you just want to possess the ball, smart play.
Yep. And you get that little pooch kick, and you say, I'm not here to get my look through my ear hole. Let's look at the girls flag football coach of the week, week 1, Alexis Wade. Way to go. I'll tell you what, that girls flag football is taking over right now. It is spreading coast to coast, and Alexis Wade is our coach of the week. Congratulations, Coach Wade. As the Panthers set on offense, Watson back to pass, scrambles to his left, gets it off, out of bounds.
That was just a throwaway. He's running for his life right now. Looked like that was number 50.
North Point just teeing up and going.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like Kyle Hart on the play on that right there to force a pass that you didn't really want to do if you're Braden Watson.
And he's rolling to his left too, so it's a tougher, getting the feet set, getting your shoulders around, hips around.
Yep.
2nd and 10 from their own 36-yard line. Panthers inside handoff with a nice little fake, and that is Wilkins, and he power runs.
Yeah, Antoine Wilkins, it's interesting the times that he's had a chance to make plays, he's done it, and that was a good, strong run. I'd be trying to look to get him the ball more often.
First down for the Panthers, a much-needed one. Antoine Wilkins, just a junior, and here's a look at it. Gets the handoff and gets
good acceleration and good tough run, as you can see where he's putting his shoulder pads down and driving the pile forward.
Watson, back to pass, has a little bit of time, hits the open man, and that is a beautiful, elusive run by Evan Jones, and that's going to be another first down.
I tell you what, Evan Jones, my goodness, that was a good job of staying with the ball, knowing that the defender was going to try to come and make a big hit on him, breaking the tackle, but then you saw the acceleration up the field to get the first down. Watch this, you can just see where, boom, nice, waiting for it now, make a guy miss, get up the field. Excellent run.
Back to pass, deep pass to no one. Well overthrown as Jones got kind of mixed up coming off the line of scrimmage there, but Watson showing off the arm strength.
Yeah, tried to get it out there. Try to, again, you can't just settle and think he's going to be a short throw type quarterback. He has the arm strength to make you pay if you sleep on it. Fortunate for the Eagles, they're being smart, realizing, hey, we're up 21 points. Why give up a big play? Let's keep everything in front of us.
Yep, they got the two safeties. Another guy deep.
They're playing that 33 look.
And Watson gets it off, and a nice gain. Just gutsy run by Evan Jones. A lot of heart for these Patuxent Panthers. A little bit outsized by the North Point Eagles, but it's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog.
Absolutely. No, I think both teams are talented. They both have good competitive flow.
Evan Jones, couple receptions, a bunch of yards from scrimmage. And on the returns, Watson rolls left again. He likes rolling left. And a quick pass to who? Evan Jones.
Evan Jones. I think they're finding their rhythm, and hopefully they can hustle up. It's 32 seconds left on the clock. The ball was out of bounds. Play clock, I think, burned off a little bit of extra time, but
it's still third quarter, so we're...
Well, if I am down 21 points, I'm trying to score in the third quarter before time expires.
1st and 10 for the Panthers. Watson. A little bit of movement pre-snap. Watson with time down the left side, and whistles blow almost as the ball was in air. And we offsides on the defense.
I think it was encroachment then. If that's the case, they're blowing the ball dead. In high school ball, you're not allowed to have that free play, it seems. Once you encroach, you're calling the play dead. Fancy. They know stuff.
On the North Point sidelines, they're just calling in their defense, not worried about too much. 5-yard foul. It's 1st and 5. Watson with Wilkins to his left. Open side is the right side. Watson looking left. Pass gets it just over and just out of the reach of Xavier Gross.
They're trying their best to get into that rhythm.
And as a receiver, do you run routes differently based on whether your quarterback is rolling to his right strong side or left weak side?
Not necessarily. I mean, the route concepts are the route concepts. Usually when you're rolling out, it's some sort of flood package. In high school football, you got 3 level throws, a flat, an intermediate, and a deep, and that gives the quarterback an option, and that puts a lot of pressure on the defense.
2nd and 5. The motion to the right, inside screen, and that is Sands. And he picks up enough for the first down.
Mr. Reliable.
Clock running at 15 seconds. And the Panthers celebrate the first down.
Nice, good job of being patient, letting your block sit up, but then you can see the good, tough running.
And they're going to let the third quarter come and go. 28-7, High Point over Patuxent, but Patuxent is driving deep into North Point territory. Let's go Panthers.
Mark your calendars. November 1st, the Ocean City Running Festival is back. Pick your race, marathon, half marathon, 8K, or 5K. Dash through Ocean City and Aztec State Park with stunning ocean views. Finish at the inlet with music, food, and free Thrasher's fries for medal wearers. Run OC, where every step is a beach vibe.
In Maryland, football is for girls. Show your support as the Maryland Girls Flag high school football program continues to grow. When you purchase a Maryland and Ravens-specific Girls Flag football hat and or t-shirt, a portion of the proceeds go directly to the program. All roads lead to the bank. Join us this November 7 and 8 when the Maryland Championships are hosted by the Ravens.
And we are back, 4th quarter set to go. North Point in white, playing some defense right now as the Patuxent Panthers in their home dark jerseys. Driving 1st and 10, and that is a lateral. Oh boy, and that's a loss of a dozen.
That one there you got to be careful about when you got momentum. Number one priority, execute the play, hold on to the ball. You're going to be disappointed in that.
You know, and these two teams have so much history. North Point's first ever varsity football game took place right here at Patuxent. The team was made up of juniors, sophomores, and freshmen, no seniors. They lost the game 44-14. But North Point has won 4 of the last 5 games between these two teams. So they hold the recent edge, but they can't win on this field except for one time. Watson, right side pass, and that is incomplete. And just when they had it rolling, what did you do?
You're in high school.
Yeah.
Mistakes happen. Inconsistencies are part of it, and you're hoping that your guys can get back in and settle down and play like you've been practicing, executing the play called and doing your best.
Nice look at Antoine Wilkins, the junior, as he comes towards this near sideline. And now there are 4 receivers in the pattern. Evan Jones on this side, and pass to the outside, and it is completed. He kept the foot down. Evan Jones, what a play.
Pass complete to Evan Jones.
I tell you what, when you see this throw, set his feet, make a throw, and just strong catch by his receiver. Look at this throw, just nice arcing throw. Gave his receiver a chance to go up, climb the ladder, but then also just to come with his feet in bounds.
4th and 10. 2 receivers to each side. Keep your eye on Antoine Wilkins here on this near side. Jones goes in motion, looking to Jones's side, then they pick it up. Oh, they throw up the middle, and he's not going to get the first down. Great play call, but just too much room to gain. Xavier Gross can't get the yard to gain, and they will turn it over on downs.
Boy, I liked what he was trying to do, but you got to credit the open field tackling. I mean, that was where it made the difference. And Sean McFadden. Sean McFadden offense. Sean McFadden on the defensive side of the ball. Wow.
Sean McFadden's one of the best running backs in the conference.
Well,
That's a great tackle.
I'm about to say he's also showing he is a versatile player because they needed that stop. Momentum was slipping, and he came up with a big play.
And you talk about high school athletics and how important it is. You know, these guys, they play 2 ways. They play both sides of the ball, but they also play multi-sports.
Absolutely.
As Farrar hands it off inside, and a healthy scamper. And that was only with the ball carrier.
John Edwards. Gaining 2 on the play.
Yeah, this is one where they need to control the clock and technically would be able to march down the field and pretty much put the game away. Like, that's what you're in your mind. That's what you want to be if you're North Point coaches and talking about your team, being that upper echelon team that, you know, let's finish this and really just burn off the time on the clock.
Another handoff to Only. He gets tackled fairly quickly. Nice job by the defensive line. Some great efforts there.
The flip side of it is now you're talking about Patuxent saying, all right, you know, we get it that you guys have the lead, but we're not going to give up. It's a 3rd and long scenario.
And Patuxent, they kind of want to strip the ball, but you also have to make sure you tackle. You have to make sure you tackle the guy.
Absolutely, absolutely. I agree. Fully agree.
If you go for the strip, don't get the strip, and don't get the tackle.
Yes.
McFadden's gone.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So's Farrar.
We've seen them make the big play, and this is where defensively, you know, you want to create a big play by being sound.
Kyler Ferreira, the Ferrari. There's a little confusion in the backfield. They split Watson out further to the left. There's the handoff to Only, and he is jacked at the line. The defensive line
Only the ball carrier
for Patuxent. There's some dogs out there right now. They wanted to stop, and they got it.
Oh, yeah.
National tackle by Jordan Tyler.
Jordan Tyler, the junior, 6'5", 230.
He's every bit of it.
4th and long for the Eagles.
Every bit of it.
And I think he's hustling off. That's Amir Green, defensive lineman. And we are now back to punt for North Point. The only points Patuxent got were off a miscue on the punt, and they look like they're going for the block.
They're going to need to do something.
Skips, no roughing, and a great punt. And a good bounce for North Point. And at this point, you don't even down it, right?
Well,
right?
The ball's going to be laying dead. Of course, you got your guys surrounding it, and the referee will call it once it settles.
But every second count. I mean,
yeah, no, absolutely.
You want your kids to know.
Of course.
No sense.
Of course, time and score.
Yeah. Time and place appropriate behavior. I was a middle school teacher for 25 years. I lived with every kid I ever taught. Time and place appropriate behavior.
Yes.
And know the difference between right and wrong and prove it every day.
Agreed.
Not a bad way to go.
Good wisdom. Good wisdom.
Yeah. The freshman, Braden Watson, having a nice night, but it's a tough North Point defense. And the Panthers go with the inside handoff and a great run. Ooh. Gutsy, Antoine Wilkins.
Yes.
Antoine Wilkins, the ball carrier.
Antoine Wilkins. They're going to turn on the film and see some of his moves and runs, and they're going to be wondering how we're going to get the ball to him even more. That's a good north and south type run.
And
make the first two guys miss and just get north and south, get downhill.
And Wilkins again to the left of Watson. One receiver to the left. And this looks, a little fake reverse. And now they get it into open space. That's going to be a first down gained by Cohen Borstein. He's been in on some plays today, Cohen.
Yeah, he has. And again, that was just good play calling, a little misdirection, kind of show action one way and good protection, but nice, good soft throw, good touch throw. You don't make it hard on your receiver. You just want him to get the ball and get upfield, and he was able to do that. And again, you talk about the maturity of a freshman in Watson and his throws and his decision making.
And you say don't make it hard on the receiver because the tackler, number 9, Latrell Bowling, was going to make it plenty hard on him.
Oh, yeah.
Watson pump fakes, loses it, drops on it, and they'll be okay.
Yikes.
Credited with the sack is going to be Arnell Bland Jr., just a sophomore. And that's the easiest sack he'll ever have. It's Michael Strahan when he sacked Brett Favre to set the record.
Well, it's interesting because you know that you're trying to, whatever condensation that is on the ball, they're trying to wipe the ball down, and it seemed like it just slipped out of his hands.
He went for the pump fake, and it went.
It was a fumble. Why is the clock not running?
No, it was a.
That was a fumble. The clock should be running right now.
So, a little confusion in the box. North Point coaches.
Yeah, North Point coaches are very much in the press box, trying to make sure their notes of how to be officials as well as coaches.
And it may actually be an incomplete
now
pass.
The
Could that have been an incomplete pass?
That was an
His
incomplete
arm was
pass.
going forward.
It was an incomplete pass.
Another fake jet sweep. And they give it quickly to Evan Jones. Jones still refuses to go down. Now he gets all his teammates, half his classmates are out there. His 7th period history class is now blocking for him.
Man, what a run. That was impressive.
Everybody on the field was in there in some aspect.
Very impressive run.
Beautiful high school football right there.
They get 3rd and 7 for the Panthers.
3 guys from the marching band came in to block. Look at all the white jerseys. And now all of a sudden the Panthers say, hey, we'll up the ante. There's 1 more, 2 more, 3 more, 4 more.
Yeah, that's high school football.
beautiful.
He goes
There's
scrum.
Watson, he's going to have to scramble, and he doesn't have the power to get out of the tackle and give the credit to Bland.
Yeah, I tell you what, Bland Jr., he didn't allow the quarterback just to kind of get up and through the hole. Watson tried his best. He would have got to that second level, but was unable to.
Fourth quarter, 5:43 to go.
You could just see where he tried to step up, but Bland was ready for him. That was a huge tackle.
And he's wearing the Guardian helmet. It looks like it's about to fall off. Here's Watson, shotgun. 4th and 8. Looking right the whole way. Gets it off deep. And no flag. The referee had his hand towards it for a second. Intended for Peyton Johnson down the right side.
Yeah, that's one of those things where you're like, okay.
Yeah.
But he might have thought that it was a scenario where
and there you
while
see
there's holding, but he might have thought that the ball was uncatchable, which if you're holding me, I'm slowing down. I'm not able to go full speed. Therefore, throw the flag.
Yep, that could have been a flaggable offense, but that's why we're up here.
That's why we're up here. I'm a receiver, and I would have been like, oh, that flag needs to be thrown.
How do you lobby a ref for that call?
Well, I mean, high school-wise, there's not much lobbying you can do. You're hoping that your coaches will, kind of take up the thing for you. But at other levels, you would make your thoughts known.
Yep. Ferreira hands off inside. Ball goes on the ground. It's going to be Patuxent Panthers football. That is a clear recovery. Great defensive play by number 58, Ja'Kai Dixon, the senior. And can they grasp a little momentum?
Well, you could just see what. That's just a clear, just a pure fumble. I mean, there's no way. Only Antonio, you feel for him. It's one of those cases where you need to have maximum concentration, not let up. And
he got the handoff cleanly.
He did. Only wasn't able to keep his fundamentals. I mean, it's a fundamental game at the end of the day.
Rule number 1, Kadri, go deep after a turnover.
Well,
on the first play.
You want to try to take a shot down the field. There's that opportunity, a good field position to do so.
There it is. Watson steps up into the pocket, and the pocket collapses so quickly.
Yeah. I think the one thing you would say is that you're trying to go for it, but you're also recognizing that there's a situation where a person is going for it defensively and blitzing. So. Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing. At the end of the game, we pick the MedStar player of the game. And tonight, it's going to be tough. Although, I guess Ferreira,
I would say
quarterback.
It would be Ferreira in the way he played. And, I guess we can call it right now. It's 4:35 left and counting. And I've yet to see another player be as dynamic and explosive as him.
And now whistles blow just
whistle dead, flag on the play.
as Wilkins bursts into the secondary. And that's going to stop the clock. 2nd and long still. And they're walking over the
trying to figure it out.
And we will learn of the foul.
Offsides on the Panthers.
How can it be offside? Could be
false start, illegal formation.
I think it would have been a legal formation or a false start.
North Point cheerleaders with plenty to roar about. And now Patuxent and the Panthers set to go. Wilkins in the backfield. Watson. And here is Watson. Back to pass. Blitz comes right up the center. He eludes it. Points down the field, and now he tucks it and runs and takes a shot.
That was a big hit, but the clock is still going.
Out of bounds by Madden.
And we are under the 4:20 mark now, fourth quarter.
That was a big hit.
Gutsy run here, though, by the freshman.
Yeah, it's a gutsy run for sure. And
oh boy.
Oh, my shoulder.
He delivered a blow. Sean McFadden. At halftime, I saw him. He made 4 funnel cakes for some of the fans. He checked the tire pressure in the bus. Everything's good there. I think he changed the oil on your car.
He probably did, yeah.
He does it all.
Clean the interior. You got to make sure he gets a big tip for tonight.
He'd still be out there if he was cleaning my interior. Here's Watson in the shotgun. He's going deep down the right side. Oh, he gets knocked down. Defensive play by Bolding.
Yeah, that was a play. Number one, Bolding was right in the throwing lane. I think in practice, it's one thing when you get these concept routes. There's a good concept route double in. But now he's just throwing it with not necessarily realizing that the defender is in the throwing lane. You can just see right in his vision, he's just trying to throw it and release the ball, but the defender's right there to knock it down.
And, of course, he's trying to get it to Nate Sands down the sideline there. I mean, why wouldn't you? This is going to be 4th and 14. Watson, empty backfield. Jones in motion. Watson back, looking right, looking to Jones. Now he gets it up the near side and almost high-pointed, but knocked away by Watson at the last second. Pass intended for Peyton Johnson. Great defense.
Yeah, I think it's really difficult when you try your best to make a big play and you really hadn't had one all game long. I think the defense just does an amazing job. Watson there knocking the ball down.
And one of the things that separates the good players from the great players to the next level players is practicing at game speed.
Absolutely.
When did that hit you?
Well, it takes a lot of discipline. You're going to have good senior leaders that have been brought up through the program, and it's a constant mindset. And it's hard at the high school level, but it pays off. The good teams, when they practice at that high level, it shows up on a game day.
For our handoff inside. A nice 9 to 10 yard run that time. First carry of the game.
Thompson.
Kamari Thompson.
Yeah, he's like, I'm getting some playing time.
Yeah,
well, then let me make the best of this. And that's just good, up the gut running. I mean, that's just man on man, physical on physical, and let's just get a good run. He has a nice, strong 8-yard gain on that.
And back to that point, practicing, and a great coach will emphasize you practice at game speed or above, because then when the game comes, it's a little bit slower, it's a little bit easier. And North Point has had a nice time tonight showing their game speed skills. Ferreira, another inside handoff, and another grinding run by Thompson.
Thompson's like, look,
yeah,
I don't care what the score is. Y'all give me the ball, I'm going to take advantage of it.
I'm fresh.
A nice, tough, downhill running mindset for the young man. He's
staying
a
in
junior,
bounds. Yep.
saying, look, I'm trying to get mine.
Yeah.
5'9", 170. I like his physical element to his game.
North Point, as we see the Patuxent crowd, they showed up tonight, that is for sure. Ravens Rise High School Football Showdown. Dunkin' Donuts doing a great job. The community cruiser was out here. They did a fabulous job of putting on a great event. And North Point came here to win for the second time ever on this field.
Yeah, I tell you what, you got to be proud of your kids, the way they were able to play and just, again, how do you show up and compete? And you saw really both sides of the football competing very well. This is a good, strong team, both North Point as well as Patuxent. I think both teams players have done a fabulous job tonight of just going out there and playing their best.
And we are counting the ballots right now, Kadri. A lot. It might be unanimous.
Yes.
Kyler Ferreira, number 7 for North Point. The visitors came into Patuxent on a mission. It took them a little while. 0-0 for a while, 7-0 for a while, then the blocked punt. And that is gonna do it. And North Point shows their enthusiasm for their crowd, for their supporters, for their teammates. Classy folks shaking hands, everybody smiling. They grind it out. They give it their all. Somebody's going to win, somebody's going to lose. You got to be able to take them both.
This is what high school football is all about. You know, it's about, you know, the competition. It's about, you know, recognizing how do you play your best. What do you do as far as when adversity hits? How do you adapt? How do you overcome? I think, you know, North Point really did an amazing job of capitalizing on big plays. And then when you look at Patuxent, they did a fine job of trying to compete and not just giving up.
Yep. And let's get right to our MedStar player of the game, and no doubt, Kyler Ferreira. There he is.
Kyler Ferreira, I mean, when they needed to make plays, he was just showing up and showing out, and I just loved how, you know, he just went ahead and did a fabulous job of being able to make, you know, just amazing big plays for his ball club.
And they also had, you know, number 5, Sean McFadden, as a threat on the outside. So Ferreira benefited from great team play. Thank you so much to all our great friends here at Patuxent, and of course for the Ravens and Adam Rudell and all they do to make it happen on a beautiful night here at Patuxent. High Point finds a way to get past the Panthers. For Kadri Ishmael, I'm Booker Corrigan saying thanks for joining us, and I'm going to remind you, you only get one shot at today.